Did you know this tiny two-pronged tool could make cords strong enough for soldiers, stays, and everyday needs in the 18th century? This is called a lucet, and with simple fibers can create a sturdy square braid. Let's learn how colonial cords were made.
Well, my name is Stacy, and I'm going to talk to you about the lucet. The lucet is an ancient tool that was discovered in the Viking Age. It's a two-pronged tool that makes braided cord. And in the colonial times, the women would use the lucet to make all sorts of important little things that we often don't think about, such as drawstrings for bags, loops for buttons, decorative trim, and they also made shoelaces. They were made of bone, which I have here. They were also made of wood. In the Viking Age, we have a replica here of one that was discovered in a Viking gravesite. The very wealthy women in the colonial times would have a lucet tool made of tortoiseshell or bone, and it was very beautiful. And often it was shaped as a lyre, which is thus a string instrument. It would make even the most not so talented woman feel empowered, in her daily chores. And so this was something that almost anyone can do. It's very easy to learn. And they would teach their children how to use it as well. The fibers used ranged from wool. So here we have some wool lucet cording. And oftentimes they would use a second color to make it beautiful, as well as cotton cord or silk. If you had money, then silk was a luxury. Something as small as this kind of cord was used for shoelaces or something decorative trim of some kind. Perhaps they held your glasses. The women would make these for the drawstrings for the pair of stays. And also you had linen. This linen here is from the flax plant, which you see right here. This is my bundle of flax. And they would pull out the fibers that were inside the flax plant. And then they would spin these fibers together and it would create linen. They used linen to make much of their clothing, their understays, their petticoats, but they also used linen for the lucet tool as well. And so linen was very important alongside wool and cotton. I'm going to show you how to start braiding on a lucet. We have our skein of wool yarn and our lucet made of bone. Some lucets will have a tiny hole in the middle, in which case the end of the skein will come through this. If you don't have a hole, that's fine. But you're going to be working alongside these two prongs here. And what you want to do is bring the yarn through the hole, and you're going to make a figure 8 around the prongs. So we're going to come through the middle, and we're going to wrap around, come through the middle, wrap around, and through the middle again. Now we have the tail leading up on the top of this loop. And all we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom loop and we're going to bring it up and over the tail. So I'm going to take this bottom and we're going to go up and over and adjust. We're going to bring the tail around the right prong and take this loop up and over and adjust. Now we have the tail on the left side. We're going to take the loop, bring it up and over, you're going to need to adjust a little bit more. So the right side, left comes over, and then I like to pull this and I pull the tail so that it can start to, everything is uniformal here. Some people like to turn the lucette. You're welcome to do that as well. But as long as you know where the tail is, again, turning the lucette, tail's over here, bottom loop goes up and over. Adjust, adjust. And as you get more comfortable with it, you can go a little faster. And you will begin to see the braid forming. Now, wool is a little bit of a bulkier fiber, so it's going to make a larger cord. And the Lucet not only made small cord, but it also made types of rope as well. So we turn, bring the loop up and over, and I like to adjust, adjust, adjust. Turn, up and over, and you can see this beautiful braid starting to form. When you've come to the end of the desired length of cord, it's easy to finish this. All you do is you slide it off the two prongs. Get my pair of shears here. And you're going to leave the two loops that were on those prongs. You see them right there. And you're probably going to leave a few inches off, and you're just going to cut the end of that. Then you're going to take the two loops, you're going to put them together, and you're just going to slide the end of the yarn through both loops. There's one, and two, and you just gently pull. And that is the end of your Lucette project. You can turn this into a bracelet if you'd like. And you can also add in a second color. Sometimes women and children would add little beads and decorate it however they wish. Lucettes can be made of any two-prong tool. If you are needing a lucette, you can easily go to your kitchen drawer and pull out a fork and bend the middle prongs, and you have a two-prong lucette tool right there in your kitchen.